Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and today we have a special treat, and no, we're not going to go over that GameStop Zoro because I wanted to talk about that box that was wet and damaged that my brother brought over. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. As you know, last week I put out a video about my brother receiving a box from Chalice Collectibles that was left in the rain for over 3 days. That's right, 3 days of being left out in the rain gave me 3 days of panic attacks and anxiety when my brother told me that. Do you know how much that hits you? 3 days, It's actually going to be reminiscent to a character that we are going to talk about today, which arrived in the Chalice Collectible order. As you know, I'm a big fan of One Piece, and I wanted to get all the One Piece Funko Pops, and I did from Chalice Collectibles. Now, I am not usually a Chalice Collectible orderer. However, since 2 of those Funko Pops were Chalice exclusives, I said, shipping and handling, I will put up with you just to get these collectibles. Which I did tell you on that video. I went to the mall, and I did see a lot of these, and they were a lot cheaper. They were like $8 a pop for the common versions, but I wouldn't have got the chases because there was none there. So without further ado, let's show you the 2 Funko Pops that we're going over today. Now, I guess first I should tell you that the box that I got from my brothers, or that my brother brought over to my parents, the outside of the box was wet, the inside was a little damp, but they were all looked at, and the good thing about Chalice Collectibles is they put all their Funko Pops in pop protectors, which is a big plus because if they weren't, they could have gotten wet. So the first 2 we're talking about are going to be the common and chase versions. Obviously, you can see the back of them, but not so great, of Roronoa Zoro 3-sword style. Actually, looking at this one, it looks like he's only 2-sword style in this Funko Pop. I'm going to take these out as we discuss a little bit about Zoro. As you know, Zoro is part of Luffy's pirate crew, the Straw Hats. He is not technically second in command, but he is technically the second member of the Straw Hats. He does use swords. He does not have a devil fruit. He's pretty husky. He wants to be the greatest swordsman. When he was younger, when he was training in a village, he had one of his friends fall down a set of stairs. It was a girl, and she died. We don't know the whole big story about it, but that's what we're told. She fell down the stairs, and she died. Did she really fall down the stairs and die? I don't really know if that is 100% true. So I did look up some information. The first time that you did see him was during the first episode. I guess it was the second episode, right? With Luffy, you know, when he was with Kobe. And you saw him, tied up on a tree, and then he tied him. And he said, listen, if I let you go, you got to become part of my crew. And Zoro at first was like, nah, I ain't going to do that, dog. And then he joined his crew. So he's from the Shimatosuki village. That's where he trained. I'm probably mispronounced that as well. He is part of the Super Rookies. His first bounty was 60 million berries. And I think his thing now is like 2 or 1.5 million berries or some shit like that, or 1 billion berries. He's a husky mother effer because after his fight on Wano, I'm not going to go into more of this shit because I don't think you even really care. I'm just going to show you the Funko Pops and we will continue on. So this is the common one. He is not 3-sword style. It's only 2-sword style. And I'm going to have to pop this other corner up so I don't damage the bottom of the box. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. And these One Piece Funko Pops are always really freaking husky. I really like how lightweight the Zoro is and all the detail on the sword over here. This is a pretty cool Funko Pop. Even though it's a common, I like it. And I love the ridges on the hair. He looks real cool, real slick. And the chase looks even better, folks. So when we open that bad boy up, you are going to be more than impressed with Zoro. Now, I'm not sure what swords he's holding. I know it's not Endema. I don't know the other 2 names of the sword. The Ichima something. I had that on my phone, so don't worry. We'll look up what the swords names are so I don't screw them up and shit. So let's leave this Zoro here. Hey, there we go. Stood up on his own. And then we have the 3-sword style, which is like not a technique that he always does use. He usually does the 3-sword technique when he has to be real husky or when he's fighting someone that, he can't really beat or he thinks he can't beat and he has to it's like a Super Saiyan mode, I feel. And yeah, let's open this up and get a better look and then we'll talk about 3-sword style. And you can already see in that nice, beautiful thing right here, you see what that says, guys? That's a chase. A beautiful chase. And I know I didn't really check these boxes out, but let's looking at this from an eye point of view. No damage, no wet marks. Nothing bad on this Funko Pop. And here is Zoro with his three-sword style. Now, the thing about this is, and I just noticed this, and let me look at this other Funko Pop as well. This had to be before the time skip. Now, you're probably saying, why do you know this is before the time skip? Well, he doesn't have his eye closed. And normally he would have his eye closed. I believe it's his left eye. His left eye is closed, and he's never opened it yet since the time skip. So we don't know if he's harnessing some kind of ability, or if he injured it against Mihawk and he just like lost an eye. But whatever the case may be, we don't know what is behind this eye as of now. And when he does get into three-sword style, he always puts on his bandana. And what the fudge? All right, well, normally the bandana would be around his waist, but on this guy, but yeah. Or in this, does he hold it? I don't even remember anymore where he holds it. So he doesn't. All right, he's holding it. Yeah, baby. And whoop, there he is. The detail on this guy is also awesome. I just wanted to look up real quick the names of the swords. So the name of the three-sword style in One Piece is called Shantatori, which literally means to three-sword style in Japanese. It allows Zoro to wield three swords simultaneously during combat, one in each hand and one in his mouth. The three swords that he has now, because I know one of them did break and then he got a new sword. He has the Wado Ichimoni, which is his primary sword. He has the Sandai Kitsawa, the cursed sword. That's the one when he was buying swords in the shop. He threw the sword up and he put his hand out and he said it's a cursed sword. And if it chopped his hand off, he's like, that's my hand. And then he has the Shishu, which is a later addition. Now, I think the Wado Ichimani is the one sword that he got in Wano that he traded for an Enderman, or maybe that wasn't it. Maybe these were the original sword names. Yeah. And I just wanted to try to find out what that crazy mode is when he turned like into he has a version that kind of turns into like a three-phase Zoro with 9 swords. It's like 3 of them. And they also did confirm, or Oda did confirm, that is not an illusion. It's actually a technique that he uses. It's called the Demon God. Okay. A 3-headed, 6-armed silhouette appears behind Zoro. But it's confirmed that it is definitely different versions of himself. It's 3 versions and there are 9 swords. He used it against Kaido and like damaged him and shit like that, which is pretty husky. Zoro is one of the huskiest Straw Hats on the crew. These Funko Pops are great. I'm actually going to take them off the box because they are kind of denting a little bit through. Ah, no, not Zoro. Don't fall. Anyway, let me give these sumbitches an up or a down before we get out of here. Zoro, Funko Pop, common. Sorry, I thought the box was messed up, but it's just the light reflecting. The damn you reflection. You are getting an up. That's right, you are getting an up. Zoro, 3-sword style. Did I say 2-sword style in the first one or 3-sword? Doesn't matter. Choice version. You are getting an up as well. That's right, you are getting an up. Chalice Collectibles, let me tell you straight up and foremost, thank you very much for getting these Funko Pops to me. You are getting an up. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time when we go over more stuff, more things, and of course, more of me. See you later. Bye-bye.